Hi everyone, we are the adipose analysts. We decided on this name because fat is stored in adipose tissue and we are analysts of the root determinants of obesity.
My name is Achintian Yamardi and I bring problem-solving skills to our team, as represented by the Rubik's Cube GIF.
My name is Zaria and I chose this GIF because I'm optimistic and hardworking, just like SpongeBob.
Hi, my name is Monica, and I'm a charismatic person and make sure that all voices are heard and the environment is inclusive, as represented by this multiple emotions GIF.
I'm Cooper, and I chose this dog because it is focused and intent on its goal.
Obesity is a complex health issue characterized by an imbalance between caloric intake and expenditure, but its origins and consequences span a vast spectrum of genetic, behavioral, environmental, and social factors. Globally, obesity has nearly tripled since 1975, according to the World Health Organization. It's a leading cause of preventable deaths and it's associated with a multitude of health problems. More significantly, it leads to rising healthcare costs, projected to exceed $4 trillion annually in 2035, according to the World Obesity Federation. Our project zooms in on Durham, a city rich in dining options and food festivals, yet marred by food deserts and unequal access to nutritional food and safe physical activity venues. Coupled with a lack of proper nutritional education and targeted advertising of unhealthy foods towards uneducated populations, the root causes of obesity are very prevalent in our community. Marginalized communities here often face heightened barriers to maintaining a healthy lifestyle, from economic constraints to cultural pressures. It is important to recognize that the determinants we highlight today in Durham mirror the broader global struggle against this pervasive health concern.
The most notable intermediary determinant leading to obesity in Durham is the layout, which ties to food insecurity for a high percentage of the population. Grocery stores in Durham are pulling out of low-income areas, a trend since 2012. An ordinance was passed allowing for the expansion of the urban sector farming system. This increase has led to an overall expansion of food deserts, notably in low-income communities.
It is hard to get sufficient physical activity in Durham, as it is ranked 119th out of 130 cities by walkability and bikeability. This makes it hard for low-income families to get cost-effective healthy food or the required amount of exercise each day. Just a few months ago, two of the few parks in this low-income area of Durham, like North Bay Park right here, were closed off due to concerningly high lead levels.
These intermediary determinants also have a direct tie to the income-based layout and local policy of Durham, and thus could be described as a structural determinant. Minority communities in Durham have a much lower average income, and in turn can't afford to move to areas with more accessible grocery stores and can't pay the high prices for healthy foods.
There's no sidewalks and no public transportation, so I had to take a scooter here. As you can see, there used to be public transportation, not a bike lane, so I'm forced to be on this bigger road.
So advertisements are a large social-cultural factor that obesity prevails in the Durham and throughout our entire nation. A big culprit is most fast food advertisements and restaurants, which simply provide the most cheapest and most convenient foods rather than the most healthiest. Between specials, limited edition items, as well as just cheap prices, food deserts and other low-income areas within Durham, these flashy advertisements are hard to turn down and thus the easiest choice for people to turn in for a meal or even multiple meals. These ads, unfortunately, are curated to gain attention in business without the wellness of the viewer in mind.
One socioeconomic factor that leads to obesity in Durham is the increasingly high cost of healthy foods. It was reported in the 2019 Durham County Community Health Assessment Survey that roughly 15.7% of Durham residents do not eat healthy due to cost. The cost of healthily feeding a family of four in Durham is around $1,000 a month, while the average monthly income in Durham is just over $5,000 a month, making this estimate roughly 20% of a family's income. These factors force food insecure families to rely on low-cost, high-energy foods, which can lead to obesity. This big bag of Cocoa Dino Bites is only 16.4 cents per ounce. This is a cereal with 0 grams of added sugar. As you can see, it's a lot healthier, but the unit price is $1.04 per ounce. Another socioeconomic factor that increases the risk of obesity in Durham is the lack of nutritional education. U.S. students receive less than 8 hours of nutritional education annually. Initiatives such as Durham's Innovative Nutrition Education Program exist to educate students here in Durham, but participating schools only include about a third of the student population enrolled in Durham public schools. Furthermore, this program does not involve required coursework, which can lead to less engagement from students.
You might be asking yourself, with these numbers so high and obesity being such an established problem, why is it still not getting better? Well, one reason for this is because of the social and cultural norms that are associated with weight and body sizes in the States. For example, clothing brands have released plus sizes to accommodate for larger body sizes, and while this is done to promote inclusivity, this has also come to emphasize the normalness of huge plus sizes that condone the obesity epidemic. While simply the inclusion isn't the problem here, the main problem is that the advertisements make the sizes seem fashionable. For example, things like curvy jeans, thereby making these flashy messages that seem like obesity is not an issue.
Discussing obesity's determinants and outcomes, we delved into socioeconomic, cultural, and environmental determinants. Socioeconomically, the high cost of healthy food isn't merely a price tag issue. It symbolizes the barriers faced by many, especially those of lower incomes, leading them to choose between more affordable, calorie-dense options over nutrient-rich ones. But it's not just about cost. A widespread lack of nutritional education leaves many unable to discern between what is beneficial or detrimental to their health. Culturally, the normalization of larger body sizes in progressive societies, especially like the United States, can sometimes overshadow the health implications of such preferences. This is coupled with pervasive, manipulative advertising that not only greatly influences our dietary habits, but often capitalizes on individuals' lack of nutritional knowledge. Physically, the Durham environment's lack of safe recreational spaces and existence of food deserts further restricts access to healthy living options. From these determinants sprout a myriad of intermediate effects: limited access to nutritious food, misconceptions bred from insufficient education, decreased motivation to be active due to environmental constraints, exacerbated food desert regions, manipulative targeted advertising towards the most susceptible uneducated populations, and more, which are often a result of a combination of determinants, all lead to direct, tangible outcomes. We see a surge in caloric intake, a decline in physical activity, a spike in non-communicable diseases, many mental health issues, amongst other detrimental effects. While today's discussion provides a structured insight, obesity's reality is even more intricate with numerous factors and individual nuances. It emphasizes the necessity for a holistic approach, recognizing the complex interactions and avoiding oversimplifications in addressing obesity.